So we're going to open up the call-in lines as soon as the real Fry gets back. So when the real Fry gets here, we'll open up the call-in lines. Right now we're going to watch the update on the Lake Mead. So let's get to it.
I'm out here at Lake Mead, and we are going to do a Lake Mead water update. So my sons and I have been doing updates like every 2 weeks. So in this video, I wanted to do something different. I want to show you guys how much it's dropped since our first video, which was about 2.5 months ago. Because you know, we come out every 2 weeks, it drops 3 or 4 feet, and it's a slight difference. But now it's our opportunity to show you 2.5 months and how much it actually dropped in that time. Those of you that are watching for the first time, in 2021, they made a sign up there that showed the water level. It's way back there. Less than a year, look at all this space to the water. So it's dropped a crazy amount. My sons and I have just been kind of coming out here, going to our fishing spots. Some of them were completely out of water, so it kind of raised some flags, and we just started vlogging this stuff. It looks like they cleaned this area up a little bit. There used to be a lot of stuff being exposed. A lot of you guys were commenting about people picking up trash and stuff. It looks like they've picked up a lot of this stuff. All this was underwater. They've found a couple bodies, and that's kind of what we're out here doing, vlogging all this information. But in this video, I'm going to show you how bad it's dropped in the last 2.5 months. So just follow along. We're going to do a little bit of bass fishing, which is the purpose for coming out here, and just kind of vlog our day, see how it goes.
We're about to launch right now and see how the launch trap's working. Oh man, they made the launch ramp deep now. It looks good. So last time we were out here, we actually filmed that all the dozers over there. We're actually extending this launch ramp a little deeper, and it looks like they actually dug it pretty deep this time, so you don't have to go as far in the lake to be able to launch your boats now. It's deeper than it has been. It's still not obviously very deep, but it's looking good.
So here's my boys right here. Got Juju, Junior. You guys ready for this?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right, let's do this.
Get it.
What's up, Ju?
What's up?
How hot is it out here?
Too hot. It's like 100 something out here. It's steaming. It's a little humid too because all the rain. So
you gonna jump in halfway through?
I don't know. See, I might have to strip down my underwear to get a dive in or something. I might too. It's definitely warm. Definitely a very warm day. A lot of people though. A lot of people are actually enjoying the lake right now today. It's a Saturday. There's all kinds of boaters, but as you can see, the line is not 4 hours long. Everybody that talks to us is like, man, isn't the lines been super long lately? But since they've been fixing these launch ramps, people have been able to launch and pull out a lot faster than normal. So there's only usually like a 2-car wait, which isn't bad. And this is literally a Saturday when everybody's out party boating, all kinds of people, but that's a good sign.
Like I said, when the real Fry gets here, we'll open the call-in lines.
See what happened in 2.5 months, and you're gonna see something amazing. It's just gonna be incredible. So stay tuned. We'll stop and eat and do a couple other things, and let's have some fun. So those of you that have been tracking these videos for a while, you know that a couple bodies were found in Lake Mead. Body number 1 in a barrel. It was on the top of that little hill there. Body number 2 was found about a week ago. We did a video on that. Link will be right there if you didn't see that video. Body number 3 was way that way at a place called Colville across the lake. So 3 bodies found in probably the last 2 months. And then there's been several bodies of just swimmers that came out here and, you know, drowned and things like that. So this lake can be dangerous.
For boosting blood flow naturally, 3 key
All right, we're going to
pillars of
skip
natural
this
compounds
ad.
are of paramount importance.
Skip.
Just like every other lake, you have to be prepared. Make sure you have flotation devices and all that stuff when you come out here, because you do not want to end up in a bad situation on any body of water.
As always, we're out here to have a good time just like everybody else. It's kind of cool to see, honestly, that a lot of people are out here enjoying the water, but like Senior said, it's still a dangerous place, so just be safe. There's some game wardens out here, and I always like seeing them because they're out here making sure everybody's safe. You know, some people might not like seeing them, but at the end of the day, if you end up in a tough time out here on the water, they're the ones that are going to go out and help you. So I appreciate seeing them, but we're about to go ahead and jam over to our first spot right now. This is one of the spots we start a lot of our videos at. You guys can see how tall that grass has gotten over there. that grass has to be in some of those spots maybe 2 foot tall, because all of that is a very smooth and flat beach, and that grass, you can see just how tall it's getting. But if you guys remember our very first video, this whole cove was pretty much underwater. Everywhere where that grass is was once underwater in this cove. But somewhere back in that grass way back there is the boat that when we very first came out here 2.5 months ago, it had a prop, and just the prop of the boat was sticking out because it was upside down, sunk somewhere way back there. And now it's completely covered in grass, and there's no way to ever even see it. A lot of the boats we were able to once see back here are pretty much invisible. They just got completely covered and you can't see them. That boat back there is the one exception, the one that's way back there. But so lately here in Vegas, we've been getting a ton of rain, and we're gonna see if that kind of helped the water level a little bit. Absolutely pouring down. A lot of Las Vegas actually completely flooded. A lot of the casinos were flooding, and just a lot of the streets in general.
I think all that rain probably just left it at the same level for the last week or two. I want to show you guys something here real quick. Notice that boat. A lot of people are watching our videos and we show the 2-week updates like I was explaining earlier, and during those 2 weeks, you know, we'll come out and it'll drop 3 feet. It doesn't do it justice, because, you know, 2 weeks dropping 3-4 feet, maybe even 5, you see a small difference. Uh-oh, the boat's getting away again. Take a real close look at that thing. Now I'm gonna flip back to what it looked like 2.5 months ago. All right, so notice in this video, the water was all the way up to nearly the steering column. That steering column was probably at that point 8 feet deep. And now coming back to where it's at right now. Notice, completely dry. Notice the water all the way back there. So huge drop in 2.5 months. When you see it like that, you know, at a 2.5 month period, it just, you realize like what's happening out here. This boat is now famous. It went viral on the internet, and everyone's come out here and taking pictures with it. People are visiting all the time, so let's check it out. Somebody bought this boat, and it was probably over $100,000, $150,000 boat here. It's sunk, and people say, why is it sticking straight up like this? Well, this boat, when it sunk, the bottom of Lake Mead is very soft. So when it sunk, it was probably holding air up in the top, and then it came down, and the bottom hit first, which went down. I would say it's probably down 6 feet into the ground right there. What do you think? 6 feet? It's probably 6 feet deep.
Probably. For it to be able to hold all that weight, it's gotta be pretty deep.
Yeah, so it went down probably 6 feet into the mud, and now that it's all dried out, you know, you can see. So right here where that steering column is, this is Adrian. He's about, what are you, 5'10", almost about 5'11" almost. And the steering column's up there. Water level was right at that steering column. And like we were saying, I mean, the water's way down there. I don't know, that's 40, 50 yards.
We're literally in like a jungle right now, though. If you just listen, the life is like, it's being so lively out here right now because there's so much just alive grass and everything. We're seeing little toads jumping around, all kinds of bugs and everything. So all of this is healthy for the animals, but as far as the lake goes, it's not very healthy, obviously, for the fish. But everything around Lake Mead, you know, like the bighorn sheep, the coyotes, the bobcats, any sort of animal that's living out here is obviously going to be very happy right now because there's plenty of food. But the water, you know, still continues to go down. This soil must have been super fertile, huh? You could have grew the world's biggest pumpkin or something.
Right here. I don't know, maybe something spilled out of the engine or something that got into this dirt, but the grass is not growing right around here.
Yep, that's probably what it was. And if you look, that was a dual engine boat. That was an expensive boat.
Most owners don't know this, but
Very expensive.
Which is kind of weird.
Welcome to an episode of The Creatures of Lake Mead.
I've never seen one out here.
Yeah, me neither. Man, this is probably the healthiest grass I've ever seen, though, for sure. And it's literally in the desert. That's what's funny.
What do you think, Ju?
Pretty crazy. Never seen grass this tall. It's nice.
It's nice.
Yeah.
So this was stop one. Now you guys are seeing why we're out here filming this stuff and the water level dropping. So in this video, and the purpose that we're out here is to go fishing. We like to fish. So we're going to do a little bit of bass fishing. In our other videos, we've showed you how to catch stripers and boils and stuff like that. Bass are very tricky. They're game fish. They can be hard to catch, especially in this heat. It's 103 degrees today. So looking for these bass, they don't want to be in the real shallow water. They're going to be by structure. They're going to be deeper. So there's a whole different style on how to catch bass. So we'll try to catch one or two just to see if we can do it. But I'm pretty sure these guys can do it because they're pretty good fishermen. So in a video about a month ago, I told you that there was a possibility that if you get in that mossy green water that you could get really itchy and stuff. Well, Lake Mead just put out that there's a possibility of getting swimmer's itch. When you come back here and the water's stagnant, really green and mossy, you get in that stuff, you're probably going to get really itchy for a day or two. So not recommended. Swim in the nice clear, you know, water that's flowing. This stuff back here, it's gonna make you really itchy.
I hiked on top of the mountain like I said I was gonna do every time we come out here. As you guys can tell, I mean, it's completely dry just about. I think honestly the most amazing thing to happen at this lake yet is how healthy this soil must be. I've never seen grass that long in my life.
Come to Texas.
I feel like a tiger's about to jump out of that and try to grab Juju. There's a video in like India or somewhere where they're riding an elephant through real tall grass like that, and a tiger jumps out and tries to grab somebody, which is crazy. That grass is seriously long enough to be able to hide that.
We found a little hot spring down here.
A hot spring?
Yeah.
No way.
Trickling.
Let's see. Where's it at?
It's interesting. It's probably not a hot spring, but water is actually trickling down. So if this was completely desert, I don't know if this would be doing this or not, but check this out.
It probably would. This might have been a natural spring back in the day.
Look at this. You can see water coming out and bubbling from right there, and it's trickling down. So this would probably create a pool here for animals to drink and stuff. But yeah, you can see water's clearly coming out, not very fast.
It is flowing though. That's kind of cold.
It's a little bit colder than a hot spring would be, obviously, but water is exiting. And I don't know if, you know, when this water goes down, say 10 more feet, I wonder if it's going to continue or if this is just, you know, the muddy water that's stuck in there and it's just escaping somehow. But yeah, we got a little spring here.
So my guess is, I was actually thinking about this not too long ago, because you know how there's natural hot springs and stuff in the desert around here?
Yeah.
I always thought that when Lake Mead filled up, I bet you that it filled up and covered some natural springs. Maybe that was one. Maybe before this lake ever filled up, right here was a natural spring that would go and create like a little stream right here or something that the bighorn sheep used to come and drink out of. That'd be crazy, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
We were the first to find it. Natural little spring.
Neat.
Does it look like a little spring to you? Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Groundwater or something. So only time will tell if it is an actual spring, because like Senior said, this whole area might be holding moisture still and it's starting to exit. But
yeah, I was feeling it right now. The water's pretty cold. We got a problem. Look at the boat. How are we gonna get the boat out? See if we can do this. We're danger close to that stick right there. So we'll try to turn towards it, get it out of the way. And
gonna chop it up in the process.
Go down a little bit. We are saved once again by the remote and the Ulterra trolling motor, which a lot of you guys have been asking about. Down in the description, we have an Amazon page. The Ulterras are on there. Every piece of equipment we use, just click the links. You can go check out the Sin City Outdoors Amazon page. All this stuff is down there. If you purchase something out of there, it helps the channel. We get a tiny, I mean, it's a tiny percent.
Probably like 1%. Oh, we crashed. No.
That was a close call right there.
Juju, you like your sunglasses.
Thank you.
You're gonna jump in a jet and become a fighter pilot now or something?
For the next Top Gun movie, check out Juju.
You kind of look like a pilot.
Yeah, these glasses changed my whole look.
Might get a girl after this one. Continuously getting harder and harder to find access to the shore. So you're starting to find people off-roading way out into the middle of nowhere on the lake. For them to make it out here, I give them props. They had to really off-road pretty far and cut new roads in order to get here. These are those islands that almost even took us out, and they're very dangerous. You can just see a very slight brown tint right there. It would be nice to throw a buoy on this or something, but that's only probably 1.5 feet, maybe 2 feet deep at most. And it's just a big island. Those are very dangerous, especially like there's literally jet skiers right there, a boat. We're driving past it. There's another one. So literally those are very dangerous, and that's what almost literally sunk us not too long ago.
So we're here at Sin City Outdoors Island, and you say, why did you name an island after yourselves? Because this island was not on the map. It wasn't on the charts. And unfortunately, it almost ripped my motor off because we were doing about 10 miles an hour filming, looking around, and then all of a sudden this island popped out of nowhere.
All right, we're gonna skip this ad, and I think Fry's showing up pretty soon, so I hear Fry's coming in pretty soon.
I got into debt in college.
So in about 1 minute, I think Fry will be walking in the door.
Loan from SoFi.
I think I hear him pulling up.
I'll show you a clip of when I pulled my boat off of that thing. Remember, only about 30 days ago, this happened. That almost took us out, and now it's completely out of water. But now there's new ones popping up. As you can see, it'll be connected pretty soon. So all of this will now be Sin City Outdoors Island.
So we're stopping by an area right here that if you've been tracking all of our Lake Mead videos, you'll recognize, because back in here is the very first spot that Senior actually fell in some quicksand and went to his knees. The boat drifted away from us. There it is. But it's a nice rocky structure, so hopefully the bass really like this. This is all kind of structure we didn't have here before. Oh, oh my.
My shoes aren't even gonna pass a quagga inspection. Look at this.
You flappy sucker. Man, it all got real thick with weeds back here, huh? Look at those carp. There's a big carp right there. So where Senior actually got stuck in the quicksand was up there. Way up there.
All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and walk up there and show you guys. I think it'll be cool. It was the first spot I got stuck in the mud out here on film. A lot of people enjoyed that. I thought it was funny. So the first time we came out, I wasn't prepared. I had some Nikes, some white on whites, Air Force Ones, which completely got destroyed. So the reason why I was up here in the first place, because this used to be one of my favorite fishing spots. So I came up here to vlog it. As I was done vlogging, I came to this point. I was standing on this rock right here, and I jumped to this area right there. That's where I was stuck. After I got all muddy, I washed my feet off right here. Now look where the water's at. Absolutely amazing. We're just out here showing you the difference, and this 2.5 month difference really shows you what's going on out here. What are you gonna do?
Catch this carp. I'm gonna try to catch him with my hands.
Think you can do it?
Oh, there he is right there. I see him.
Oh, you broke the net. Wow.
That's the reason to buy a new one, but I caught him.
He just netted a carp. No way.
Don't even need a fishing pole out here. You don't even need a fishing pole to catch fish.
The carp was back here, couldn't really swim because he was trapped in the moss, and Adrian caught him. We'll release him in deeper water. Wow. At least you could release him in deeper water. Get him out of this trap.
Saving him.
Yeah, he was having trouble. He was stuck in that moss. So let me get down there and get a closer look. All right, it's gonna be a little bit tough backing out of this spot. I can get wet if I need to.
It's weird it broke. It must be old. It looked rusted.
No, that was just a cheaper
No,
net.
the whole screw in there is rusted thin.
Oh, it all broke?
Yeah. Watch, we're gonna catch
Well.
the biggest bass, and you're not gonna be able to net it now.
That's exactly what's gonna happen.
This is what this boat looked like 2.5 months ago. and this is what it looks like now. So obviously in our 2-week updates, you know, the water was going down a little bit. It's cool to see just how drastic this water movement has been in just the last 2.5 months. We filmed this 2.5 months ago. This is what it looks like right now. Now, we were using that little ridge as a marker for the water level last time. All of this recent rain has actually kept it at the same water level since last time we came out here. Well, it looks like that scuba team's still hard at work out here looking. Maybe for that body. I have no clue, to be honest, but there is sheriffs and stuff out here still, wardens and everything, so my guess is they're still looking for pieces to that body that was found here just a couple weeks ago.
It's less than a week. It was about a week ago.
About a week ago?
Yeah.
So they're still out there looking for the pieces of that body found a week ago. Out there working hard, searching for the pieces. I hope they find what they're looking for, to be honest. We had to close that case.
We're making a quick pit stop at the boathouse, and we're gonna go in there, eat real quick. I'm gonna get some chicken fingers. What are you gonna get?
I'm probably gonna get salad. I'm feeling like I need to eat something healthy right now.
Something green, some salad. Yeah, it's hot out here. That was good.
Very good. So I want to thank you guys again for helping us out with this. These businesses here were struggling a little bit with the water level going down. They kept getting a bunch of just bad news on them and stuff. So we like to, you know, spread some love, let people know about awesome things here that you can still do at Lake Mead. I mean, yeah, the water level is going down, but there's still businesses here with people that need to make a living out here on the water. A lot of people showed up, a lot of people eating food, feeding the fish popcorn and everything. So thank you. Again, thank you for helping out local business.
Nicole, so update. How's it been in the last week?
So the last week I have had 98% of my customers came for the video. Everyone recognized the location. They came in, they recognized me. I got to serve them. But it definitely brought in a lot of people, and everyone said they had no idea this was here. They're learning so much from your channel, and they loved it.
Good tips.
Pretty
awesome.
Good. It was just awesome to have people come out and recognize it.
We didn't stress you out, did we, with all the people coming over here?
No, not at all.
Right,
it was a good time. It was really busy the last week, but it definitely brought a lot of people in, and we really appreciate it. And they were all good people.
That's amazing.
Even from Houston, Texas. If they're watching this, they might. I think they say Houston, Texas, but they said they follow you guys and they came out.
What do you think?
Thank you guys.
Power of YouTube. So good seeing you again. The food was good again, and we appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you guys. Well, have a good weekend.
Yeah, you too.
Thank you.
A lot of people follow you, recognized you.
A lot so far. We're just walking around saying hi to everybody, and it's just a nice spot to stop. You know, it's hot out there on the water. It's been very hot today. But it's been very hot today. And it's just nice to get in here, feel some AC, get some food, maybe some water, whatever you need, and then get back out on the water. So that's what we're about to do. About to go get the boat, head out, and probably do some fishing.
All right, as promised, Juju, you gonna get a bass or what?
Of course, you know it. I'm gonna get something.
All right, let's go get some bass.
And we're gonna skip this ad. So the new call-in line is pinned to the top of the chat, and it'll be open here in about about 5 minutes or so.
No, it's not real. That thing used to trick me every time I'd see it.
It tricked me.
I used to always think there was somebody right there.
Oh, there's a girl up there.
What's your number? No.
It's another random boat off in the distance. There's the Higgins. We have several videos on that one. You could go check those out.
So the water's 89 degrees right now. If there is any bass, they're probably gonna be deep. So we're gonna try to fish, you know, that same number as last time, about the 15 foot of water-ish, 10 to 15, maybe even, you know, a little deeper, 20 foot of water. And we're just gonna test our luck. So a lot of people were interested in that camo giveaway we just did. Here's the winner right here, their names here. We actually wrote them and told them how to get in touch with us directly. We told them Instagram. So if you're watching this and you haven't responded yet, make sure to go back there and get in touch with us ASAP. I really do appreciate all the support. A lot of people were really interested in that giveaway, and we'll probably do more in the future, so stay tuned for that. So also watch out for scams. A lot of YouTubers have been having problems with scammers lately, and I was getting written a ton by people saying that scammers were writing them. You know, they weren't sure if they were winning it because they're trying to lie to you. Unless it's us directly contacting you as the official Sin City Outdoors YouTube channel, on the comments has a check mark. If you don't see the check mark next to our name, it's a scammer, and don't give them any contact information. Yeah, they're trying to scam people off all of our videos, so just be careful. And that's not only for us, it's for all of YouTube in general. Just be careful with scammers. They're on the loose right now. Yeah, so we stopped at the dam really quick. You can see it over there, the Hoover Dam. We're gonna do some fishing over here. We just thought we'd show you guys it really quick. A lot of people are interested in looking at it. But we're gonna do some fishing over here by these walls and everything. Nice deep water over here, and hopefully there's a lot of big bass.
So right here next to these high walls, I just fish some type of little creature looking bait. It could be any color. It just has to look like some kind of bug. And I go down about 1.5 feet, and I have a weight. Weight goes down right next to these walls. As it's dropping, this little creature goes by, and those bass are right there on the walls waiting to ambush anything that passes. So we'll do it.
So that's called a drop shot.
And you? Yeah, that's called a drop shot. How about you, Ju? You gonna get something?
Yeah, I got a net rig on. I already had a bite a second ago. One of the, like my second cast or something like that.
Adrian, what are you gonna fish?
I'm tying on a Texas rig.
Texas rig?
Yeah, so I'm gonna fish a little creature bait, one of these, completely weedless. It's gonna imitate a little crawdad on the bottom too. This is on the very bottom. His is about a foot and a half off the bottom. And Juju's sinks real slow, so almost on top. So we're covering every depth.
For you guys that are just learning, don't think that you have to use the exact same baits as we do.
So every time's kind of situational dependent. And if one of these days we come out strictly to bass fish and we're looking for bigger fish, you'll notice that we're switching our lures all the time. Right now we're just out here for a good time. We're just trying to catch a couple. So these are kind of go-tos, easy lures to fish. But every situation calls for something different, and how the bass are behaving and what mood they're in. So some days they might want a crankbait, top water, crawdads, whatever it is. It's your job to figure out what they want to bite and present it right. And if you can, then you're gonna have a really great day on the water.
All right, so there's the first bass. Caught in about 27 feet of water, just as suspected. They're deep. I changed colors. You didn't see that, but I started with like a little creature thing, and then it didn't work, so I switched after about 10 minutes, and the first cast with the new bait, there it is.
I lost one about that same size, so we're over a little school of smallies right now, like you said, about 25 foot of water, huh?
Yep, so just as we thought, like clockwork, they went deep. Bass will never really go along the edge real far. They just go from shallow to deep, back and forth. You got one, you got one. Fish on, baby. Ooh.
Another one.
You got one. Biggest one of the day. Catfish bit the shad bait.
Nice.
We were wondering why we were seeing fish and they weren't biting. Big, nice, juicy cat. Should we take that to your mom or what? Nah, this is actually a good part of the lake, but I think we'll pass on this one.
We got plenty of fish, huh?
Very cool.
Awesome. We caught him on a drop shot.
Told you guys I changed my bait. Look, he slimed my line, but it's just a little shad looking thing. Nothing special.
That's it for today. We looked at everything we're gonna look at. Checked out some of the boats we've been looking at. Went fishing a little bit. Forget what I said earlier about short wait times. I mean, it really just depends on the time of the day you're coming out, I guess. This is a Saturday, and it looks like everybody's deciding to take their boat out at the same time, so we got a pretty good wait ahead of us. But a lot of people were writing me on Instagram and on comments and everything. They were saying, do you think that all of this rain has affected the water levels at Lake Mead? The answer to that is it looks like it just kept them stable. Obviously that means if it didn't rain, they would continue to go down, but the rain kept the water level stable, so it stayed about the same since our last update. And I mean, we got a lot of rain. A lot of people been, I guess, praying or something, doing the rain dance for Vegas, and it sent a ton our way, and it kept the water level pretty stable. So I guess that's the first bit of good news that we've had in a long time as far as the water level goes. But we're gonna go ahead and end the day today. I probably got a little burnt. Probably should have wore some sunscreen. We were out here 6 hours today. Didn't even realize it. So we ate and everything, but we had a good time out here overall. Did a little bit of fishing, caught some nice fish. We're gonna travel a little bit, hopefully, see some different scenery than this lake. I've been here a lot the last little while. These updates are gonna still keep coming, but I want to hit up another lake and hopefully get, you know, a different, like I said, a different scenery for a video. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you outdoors.
All right, so the call-in line is open now. So if you want to call in, we're going to watch a couple more videos here. So I got an email from service provider, and they said that the maintenance is going to be happening from midnight to 6 on the system. So if the internet just drops, if my stream just drops out, that means they started earlier than midnight. So I plan to go till midnight. So we got another hour and 20 minutes or 10-15 minutes left. How's the audio sound? Mic check, mic check. All right, so that was very interesting. The lake stayed almost level with the big floods that they got. With all that rain and all the flooding, the lake stayed almost level. Actually, it kind of dropped a little bit. I can't really tell, but that's how much rain it takes just to keep it level. So unless they get more flooding, it's going to keep dropping. So I would normally watch, let's see, I watch E4 Electric. I watch, this is the stuff I watch when I'm just kicking back. The Electric Viking, Southern Prepper 1, and the other me. He's doing a live right now. It's kind of funny. He's got an update. It's just like the other guys. We're probably not going to show that one. So we'll probably do Southern Prepper. If somebody doesn't want to call in, if somebody calls in, we can talk for a bit. So again, the number, it's a new number. It's 512-553-5394. We're going to start the Southern Prepper update video, and we'll wait for a call. Let's see what's in Hunter's safe. Yeah. So isn't that funny how they're raiding Trump's place, but yet all the other riffraff that's going on. And I got a rant about stuff, but you can see on the mirror right here, all around it are all post-it notes of rants, and I've been adding, and it's going to cover the whole mirror pretty soon. But it covers all the way around the mirror, and it's starting to come down the mirror, you can see. And just stuff that I either hear on the news, it pops in my head, I'll get out of bed, I got some post-it notes right beside the bed, you know, I'll be writing it down. But something I heard on the news today, this is how they're changing the language. Now remember, it was just what temperature is it? It's 100 degrees, it's 105. Or remember, they would say the heat index or it feels like. Now on the news, this is what they call it. I heard these exact words said just like this. Our real feel is 101. This is what she says. Our real feel is 101. So that's how they say the temperature now. It's not 101 degrees. It's our real feel is 101. So now it's not the temperature. It's our real feel. So, it's just, I don't know where to start. But yeah, I can just read down these post-it notes. Let's see. We need to stop the spread of conspiracy theorists. Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of stuff about conspiracy theorists since the stuff with Alex Jones. And they're coming after people that are speaking truth to power. So I'm just going to read another one up here. Let's see. Yeah, what is real food and what is fake food? I need to do a long talk about that. Lead, follow, or get out of the way. I see that a lot lately. People need to maybe focus on that. Oh, and isn't that funny how we're not going to cover that. Man-made climate change. Yeah, what a joke. Let's see. Men who have sex with men. Oh yeah, I wrote that down. So the monkeypox. So that's being spread by people having skin contact. And they were at first saying, yeah, eat bugs. Eat the bugs. Yeah, I'm not eating bugs. But they were saying at first that monkeypox was spread by the gay guys. But I guess the gay people got mad about that, and they had to change the verbiage. Now it's called men having sex with men. So no longer can you say a gay guy. It's men having sex with men. So I asked, why are they saying that? And somebody called into one of these local shows, and they said, well, they say that because you can be you can be straight and have sex with a man. So what they're saying is there's married guys that are married to women, but they have sex with men, and that's how they're getting monkeypox. Well, that makes you gay. I don't care if you're married to a female or not. You're still gay if you're having sex with another dude. I'm sorry. It's just kind of logic there. So you can change the word back to gay guys spreading monkeypox. So what else do we have up here? I'm just going to... oh, a speed limit. Yeah, we need to change. If you really want to change stuff, you know, they want to... And then this whole thing about the inflation bill that they just passed, I got so many things in my head that I need to keep writing down. It's making my head spin. They're passing a bill to spend more money and to put money in all their big boys' pockets to stop inflation. What a joke. Even Bernie Sanders said it was a bad idea, but Bernie still voted for it. He voted yes, from what I heard. Haven't looked into it, but that's what they're saying. He voted yes. So yeah, even Bernie's a sellout. All right, what else we have up here? I wrote down something. Birth trauma is real. I think that has something to do with circumcision for males and females. I don't know why I wrote that down. Yeah, and if you really want to lower the pollution in the world, lower the speed limit to 15 miles an hour and stop all commercial air flights. Problem solved. So 15 miles an hour, no commercial airliners, only star flight for emergencies, and that's it. And crop dusters. You can have crop dusters for the crops and any emergency flight stuff, and you can still have freight, you know, air freight. So you can still have air freight. You can have star flight helicopters, and you can have crop dusters. Nothing else. None of this flying around. Look, we got this whole food, air thing. People need to work on their health. And I see people all the time on the footage that I watch on the news and stuff. These people on vacation looking like they're probably 100 pounds overweight, 50 pounds overweight, 30 pounds overweight. They can barely walk. They don't look well. They look like they have a ton of metabolic issues, and they're spending $4,000 or $5,000 going on a vacation. They got their priorities wrong, is my point. So those people don't need to be flying, okay? We don't need to be moving sick, stupid people around really fast. That's the biggest problem. We're moving stupid people around way too fast, and they're getting nothing done, and that's the problem. Stupid people are moving too fast. We can fix that, lower the speed limit, and focus on your health. Problem solved. So there's a little note there that I covered. Oil is not a fossil fuel. That's something else I wrote down. Oil's not a fossil fuel. Oil is like, it's replenishing itself from the earth. It's kind of like the blood of the earth. So all the oil wells that they've tapped under the ocean, on land, wherever, a crack didn't open up in the ground and dinosaurs fall in there and it closed back up and then it turns into oil. That's not how it works. Watch what a dead cow looks like when it rots. I grew up on a farm. I've seen dead cows. I've seen dead horses. I've seen a lot of dead animals. They don't turn into oil. And you bury them and you dig them back up. There's no oil in the ground, okay? Same thing with the dinosaurs. They don't turn into oil. So whenever you talk to people about oil, stop saying fossil fuels, because it's not a fossil. It didn't come from dinosaurs. That starts the whole narrative of there's going to be a shortage of oil because we don't have dinosaurs to fall in cracks anymore, so then we're going to run out of oil. That's a bunch of garbage. So watch your language. Tell people that oil is not from fossils. It didn't come from dinosaurs. It's the blood of the earth. That's the easiest way to explain it. And it's replenishing itself all the time. Okay, so that's a fact. What else did I write down here? So when I'm talking, I'm thinking about 15 other things at the same time. So it'd be good if I had like 5 or 6 more mouths that could speak at the same time, and I could have microphones all around my mouth. You think that would work? All right. What do we got here? Dead people don't lie. So I wrote that down. So I think that has to do with a lot of the jabs going on right now. I don't want to get too deep into that, but yeah, dead people don't lie. So if you're dying from the jab, that kind of says it all, right? All right, what else do we got here? I'm just glancing at stuff here. What are my intentions? Yeah, my intentions are to free you from the tyranny, the false information, to free your mind, and to take all your money. Remember, send me your money. Just send your cash, please.
We just need cash. I know a lot of people want to send blankets or water. Just send your cash.
Please send your cash. You know, we haven't seen any goats around here lately. There's our goats. Alright, so what else do we have here? I guess nobody's going to call in, which you know what that means. That means we're going to watch another video pretty soon, or I'm going to keep ranting. Let's see, people not riding trains, getting paid daily. Oh, some of the businesses are they're paying people daily. So instead of you getting a weekly paycheck or a monthly paycheck or bi-monthly, they're switching it up to paying somebody daily to get them to work. People don't want to work anymore, so they're trying anything. So they're going to paying people daily in some of the local businesses. What else we got here on the mirror? Sandy Hook, look into it. Yeah, that's something I can't talk about anymore because the world we live in, but just look into Sandy Hook and you make your own decisions. All right, let's see. Drones will take your jobs. Okay, drones will take jobs from young people. So yeah, that's the way I see it. Drones are not going to be like what you think. It's not going to be drones flying back and forth in this sky highway where they're going to be delivering packages. That's just not a logical thing to do because they can only carry so much. They're going to be noisy and they're just going to be obnoxious. And at a certain point, people are just going to grab the drones and crush them. I would never do that. But yeah, so if a drone's going to take somebody's job, it's probably going to be a delivery person's job, but it's going to be a job where it's delivering something across to an island or something like that. It's not going to be where there's good roads. So this whole thing about drones taking people's jobs, nah, I don't think so. Now, somebody wants me to stop ranting, so let's see if the call-in line works here. Caller, you're on the air.
Hey, Fry, it's MC Calcium.
Hey, what's happening, Calcium?
I completely agree with pretty much over 90% of your stances.
All right, so the 10%, I want to know the 10% that you have a problem with.
I don't know the 10% yet. This is projecting anticipation of being let down. This is like I'm fully behind you, but I also served 8 years in the Marine Corps and then realized after I got out in 2008 up until now, everything's just completely backwards.
Yeah, and they don't have your back. That's the biggest thing. Whatever kind of
yeah, no, yeah. I went into the VA ER 2 weeks ago for a massive infection that it was happening on the lobe of my left ear, and they're like, "We'll give you an appointment," and then they give me an appointment for August 19th. So it's like, okay, can I get this drained now? It's causing pain. I don't know what it is. It blew up 3-5 times the size of what it was over the last 8 years. I spent a lot of time around nuclear weapons. God knows what it is. So, I was never around burn pits though. So I'm not necessarily fully into the whole AJ frame of they made the frogs gay. Like,
well, okay, so you're talking about Alex Jones. All right, so Alex Jones is infotainment. He's entertainment, and he's got information.
I completely agree. And what they did to him was a complete sham / made for TV movie.
Right. The same people that videoed, they're actually making a documentary out of the court cases. They're just everything now is basically entertainment to a certain point. All right, what was that?
Yep.
What's beeping at me? What the hell is going on? Somebody else calling? Well, let's see. Can we add them? Let's see. Hold and accept, in and accept. No, we can't merge. So we're going to have to decline that here. Sorry.
No worries.
All right, so,
I can wait. I can call back later.
No, I want this. I'm using the new Google Voice system to see if it sounds better than my Magic Jack. But yeah, as far as Alex Jones, Alex Jones, he goes to a certain point and he doesn't go past that point, because if he would say certain things, he would have been blacklisted a long time ago. And it's not like I've got Alex. It's not like I'm making excuses for him. Alex Jones was right about 9/11. He was right. He's right about the frogs being gay, but that's comedy. The chemicals they're putting in the water are jacking with the frogs. Okay. And that's So he says it in a fun way.
That's just one of the taglines.
Right.
Like,
right. It's fun. Okay. So I big shout out to Ride Along Gang and Ty Guy I see in the chat. And yeah, Ride Along Gang.
God damn it, Ty! God.
So anyway, so he was right about 9/11. He was right about the spider goats. Remember, he would talk about spider goats. And what he's talking about there, it's not actually a goat that looks like a spider that's on a big web with a goat head. What they were doing is the military was putting in some type of DNA or somehow trying to impregnate the milk mammary glands of the goat to produce spider silk.
The mammary glands, right.
Yeah, and the spider silk they were trying to use it for bulletproof vests. Because spider
because they thought they could make it because it's stronger steel.
Right, spider webs is technically stronger than steel, tensile strength wise. So that's the whole spider goat thing. So when you think about spider goats, it's you visualize a big spider with a goat head. So but again, Alex was right about Waco, and I could go on down the line.
Oh, Ty.
Yeah. So make your own decision about things. Hey, Sunhoney. She just popped in the chat. So yeah.
Oh, Sunhoney.
So I'm not here to take your happiness away, but we're being lied to about everything.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because when they get to not that they're able to reach the scopes that they've put out in the media as far as the defamation towards his financial character, but the overall spectrum of it, how it's spread everywhere is, hey, don't you speak up because look at this guy. He's worth, quote unquote, $270 million, even though it's never been whatever the fuck ever. It's don't speak up.
Yeah, and it's actually affected the way I'm going to speak on the channel now. I'm not going to talk about Sandy Hook anymore because you look into it yourself. But and look into crisis actors. It's a real thing, and I'm not saying the parents were crisis actors. I'm not saying any of that. I'm not talking about that event, but I'm saying look into all these shootings. You make your own decisions. I'm not here to sell you a DVD. All I want to do is set you free and get you to think a little bit more.
That's it.
Just think
that's all he's
outside
ever honestly done. As much as he makes my brother pissed off at the world, it's all he's honestly ever portrayed.
Yeah.
Is he's just giving information.
Yeah. And see...
and 95% of the time, he's pretty good. He's pretty right.
Yeah.
Like, It's factually, anyways.
Yeah, and you know, Bill Hicks was one of the best comedians, and a lot of people think that Alex Jones is Bill Hicks. That's not. Alex Jones is not Bill Hicks.
No.
So anybody that says that, they're either trolling you, or you know.
Right.
But I think it was Bill Cooper. I think that's his name. Bill Cooper. Am I saying that right? Bill Cooper.
Who's Bill Cooper?
He was the original Alex Jones. Yeah. And
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And yeah, he was born in. He died in 2001. So yeah, he was pretty hardcore. So look up Bill Cooper. I'll put that in the chat here.
Okay.
I'll put his Wikipedia in the chat. Milton Cooper. But yeah, he was hardcore, and I used to listen to a lot of his stuff.
Hey, Wikipedia just changed their definition of a woman / recession.
Oh, don't get me started. Yeah. So yeah. So I got a question. I'm going to take a poll. Do you think that basketball player that's in Russia right now is a dude or a chick?
Brittany Griner. Brittany Griner, no. Stop. She is 100% a female.
Okay.
But she's also a 6'9", I think 6'7", 6'9" female. How many? I'm 6'5". As a guy, I would look up to her and be like, oh, okay, all right. So, yeah, no. She's 100% female, but at the same time, she's also been there, at least played there for the last 5, 6, 7 years. She knows their customs. It's all being politicized. Everything's being politicized because, one, we were raised to talk about what?
I'm sorry.
We were raised to talk about grades and accolades, right?
Yep.
We were raised to talk about accomplishments and but what you don't talk about, what you're not allowed to talk about is religion and politics. Why is that?
Yep.
Because they took over it for the last 50 gosh darn heckin' years. I didn't mean to curse.
And you notice how the academic systems put you in grades and you get degrees. So everything is on a level where they keep you.
Oh yeah, and now they're coming out with we don't have any failing degrees or we don't have any failing grades.
Yeah.
As teachers, it's like wait, what? I failed fucking everything.
Yeah. Well,
besides PE, I was pretty damn good at PE.
I have, I passed 8th grade. I got into the 9th grade, and because of lack of attendance, they set me back for my 2nd year in high school. So I did my 9th grade the 2nd time, and about halfway through the year, the principal calls me into the office and says, "Why don't you just quit and get a job?" I said, that sounds like a good idea. So about a month or two later, I was actually working in the workforce. I was 16 years old, I think.
Providing,
15, 16,
yeah.
And I was making a living, and I was driving my own truck, and so.
Mike Rowe.
Yeah, so I got out of the brainwashing institutions, the public fool systems, the prison, whatever you want to call it, at a young age, and that's why I was not, I was always questioning authority, I was always the person, think for yourself, question authority, and trust no one. That's always been
protect others.
Yeah, that's always been my my thought process, my philosophy.
Protect others for me, anyways, because I was always picked on. But
well, I was picked on too, because I was the smaller guy in school, so I was the guy that got bullied.
You don't look small at all, dude.
Huh?
You don't look small at all. How tall are you?
About 6'1"ish. I was 6'1"ish, but I think I'm 51, so the older you get, you
right. No, I get
shorter.
It.
But
yeah, I'm 41.
Yeah, so I was small in school. I didn't start really growing until I got out for some reason.
Yeah, I was late bloomer too.
I had to grow into my feet. All right, I want to take this call, so I'm gonna hit accept.
Go ahead.
And I'll catch you, and I'll put you on. Let's see, how do we do this?
No worries.
Accept. Caller, you're on the air.
Right. No,
Caller, you're on the air.
Yeah. So I was small in school.
So somebody's listening. on the stream there. I just got trolled, or they didn't realize they were on the air. All right, so yeah. Let's see who was calling in one time. Was that Super Salty that just called? So if you want to, whoever's calling in there with the 970 number there, if you want to call back, or I can call you back here. Let's try this. I'll do this. Let's see if I can call you back here. Come on. Where's the call button? There we go. All right. Gotta love Google Voice. Let's see if we're being trolled or if this is a real call here.
I'm sorry, the person you are trying to reach has a voicemail.
All right, so yeah, I don't know who that person is, but you can call back the 970 number. All right, so I was hoping that I could merge the two calls, but it doesn't look like Google Voice has that capability. I'm going to look into that. I might hook up my Magic Jack as well so I can take two calls at the same time, but that would get kind of confusing. So, where was I at? What was I ranting about? Let's see, chat room. Hey, welcome back. All right. All right, I think I was reading the mirror here, some of my post-it notes here. Let's see. What else do we have here? Oh, here's a funny one. All right. Now, NASA hasn't gone back to the moon because they said, this is a quote from NASA, they destroyed the technology. That's why they can't go back to the moon. Okay, so what technology that you know of has been destroyed? One of the most amazing feats in the United States, and they destroyed the technology. So that's NASA's excuse why they haven't been back to the moon. Yeah. They never went to start with. It was all a bunch of BS. It was a space race. It was all another distraction, just like what's going on right now with Space Force and all this other nonsense. And now NASA says they're going back to the moon with some kind of weird ship, but they're not going to have people in it. So yeah, why can't you take people? If we did that in the 60s, and look at the lunar lander. It was made with some tin foil, literally, and Scotch tape. That's what it is. It was Scotch tape and tin foil on a prop. It was a movie set prop. They never went to the moon. And if you think I'm crazy, look into it. Well, I could be crazy, but I know they never went to the moon. Got to fix my LEDs here. Can't be having that. All right, what else we have here? Stop participating in a flawed system. This is one of my philosophies that I've been doing this since I was very young. I refuse, as a matter of fact, to participate in a flawed system, in any flawed system, unless I'm forced to at the barrel of a gun. So what do I mean by that? I have to pay taxes, because if I don't, I end up behind bars. Okay? Or it gets shot, because if I refuse to move, they'll eventually just shoot you. So there's a few systems I'm forced to participate in, and that's paying property tax. And of course and that's about it. So, and all tax is theft, by the way. So that's something else. I know I say that a lot, but I want you to kind of repeat that in your head. All tax is theft. Even a flat tax would be theft. Let's see. All right, here's a good one that I wrote down. It's easier to fool people than to convince them that they have been fooled. So that's actually from Mark Twain. So it's easier to fool people than to convince them that they've been fooled. And that has a lot to do with cognitive dissonance and egos, because people's egos don't want to allow them to, you know, people don't want to think they've been fooled their whole life about something so simple as, you know, did they go to the moon or not? Let's see, what is real food, what's fake food? New cars have lots of EMF and Wi-Fi. Yes, they do. I'm just going down my list here. Oh, here's one. So I think this is kind of funny, and it's kind of cruel at the same time. Now, I have dyslexia pretty bad, so thank God I have a little assistant, and I can say, like, computer, spell dyslexia.
Dyslexia is spelled D-Y-S-L-E-X-I-A.
Now, dyslexia comes in different forms. Some people's dyslexia is a learning disability. They're slow learners. That's not mine. Some people have a speech impediment with dyslexia. That's not necessarily mine. Some people have a hard time remembering lyrics or rhymes and stuff. That's mine. And the spelling is mine. So I get words mixed up. I see things different than you do. So why is it that the word dyslexia in itself is one of the hardest words to spell and say? Now, that's kind of funny, right? I mean, write down dyslexia and just look at that word, and it just looks like an abomination. It looks like a word that doesn't even exist to me. So why is it that dyslexia is one of the hardest words to read and spell, especially for the people like me that actually have dyslexia? And I just noticed that the other day, so I had to write that down. And this is something I've been working with people on off stream. Treat your body like a temple and not a dumpster. So if you treat your body like a temple and not a dumpster, you're going to be prepping. So I see a lot of people prepping, guns, gold, getting all their stuff ready for what's coming, and it's here. It's not coming, it's here already. It's just, it's not ready, set, go Armageddon. It's just a slow build, okay? So if you don't have your health, you're not prepared. If you can't walk 10 miles with a backpack in the heat at 105 degrees, then you're not prepared. Because you might have to do that one day if your car breaks down or whatever. Or let's say you need to grab your bug out bag. Now this whole prepper's dream of your bug out bag and you're going to go out in the woods somewhere, I think that's fantasy land. That's just fun to think about for some people. But when the stuff gets really bad, you're really going to want to hunker down and protect what you got. I would not say leave your home and go out there with a bug out bag. I think that's more of a fantasy for a lot of preppers. And it's fun to do, I guess. But you're going to be safer in your own home as long as there's no threats of, you know, fallout or some kind of nonsense like a gas leak or something like that. So for the most part, a bug out bag is going to be a bug in bag. So it's, instead of out, you're going to be bugging in. You're going to be in. You're going to be taking shelter. Yeah, look at the word dyslexia in the chat room. Yeah. So I have a question in the chat room. Do you feel better under this administration now or the previous administration? So I guess I could do a poll. I'm going to read the chat. What's going on in here? Okay, so I wish I could say this person's chat name. He's a streamer. It's Part P-A-R. Somebody call in and pronounce this for me. Can that person call in? The number's pinned at the top of the chat and help me pronounce your chat name. P-A-R-T-E-I-B-O-N-Z-A. How do I say that? Can somebody call in? And you can call in through Facebook Messenger. Here's another thing. We got the call-in line, and you can also use Facebook Messenger. So if you want to friend me on Facebook, I know face pages, everything that's evil, but here's my face page link. I'll put it in the chat. So here's my face page. So if you friend me on face page, we can use the voice chat, and you don't have to have your video going. Okay, Parte Bonsai. Parte Bonsai? Parte Bonsai. Parte Bonsai. Parte Bonsai. What does that mean? Is that French? So yeah, I've just put my Facebook link in the chat. If you friend me on Facebook, then we can use the voice call feature, and it works really good and clear. So that way we can actually take 2 calls at once. We can do the Google voice number, and somebody can be on Facebook chat. So that's how that works. Oh, did everybody watch the me saving the fish? All right, so here's why I haven't been live streaming. I've been busy, really busy, and there's been problems at the radio station. I'll just leave it at that. We've got a transmitter, the AM site, where it goes down like 5 or 6 times an hour, and it's even the guy that's providing the internet can't figure out what's going on. It's not our router, it's not the power. We've replaced the router, so now we're going to going from 900 megahertz to 5.8 gigahertz for the long haul. It's the STL that's flaking out. So that's been maddening. I've been dealing with that for 3 days. So I've been doing things around here because I can't leave the studio. I got to be around to where I can maintain the have the screens in front of me to troubleshoot the radio problems that we're having. All right, so I'm getting notifications. I'm going to hit confirm. 1, 2, 3, 4. We just got 4 Facebook notifications there. I'll put the link in the chat. So if anybody wants to call me on Facebook Messenger, it's real easy to do. There's my face page link in the chat. So there. Give me a few minutes finishing up dinner. All right, so I think we're going to get somebody to call in here. He's probably laughing at my pronunciation. Hey, remember, I have 2 brain cells and dyslexia. That's a big handicap. So the internet provider, Spectrum, says they're going to be doing maintenance starting at midnight. So if the stream drops in about 35 minutes, it's because they've shut the internet down. And I'm going to be grabbing my bug out bag and going into the corner of the house because I'm not going to have any internet. So if anybody has any kids, you know how that is when there's no internet. Everybody freaks out. Well, think about it. Even adults freak out because when there's no internet, most people lose their voice over IP phones. You don't have your Netflix. You don't have YouTube. You know, you don't have your face page. We don't have live streams. All right, I'm going to stop ranting. So, yeah, I've been getting a lot of bots. There was a bot that I friended, I guess. So, I have 729, quote, friends on Facebook. So, I have technically 2 true real friends in person. All right, let's see. Sent me a friend request. I think Hector just sent me a friend request. All right, so yeah, Hector, if you wanted to call in on Facebook. Hey, Queenie, that's not the real Queenie. You should have a wrench. Is that the real or the fake Queenie? Where's your wrench? That's weird. Let me go to your channel. Let's see. What happened to your wrench? Queenie, you're supposed to have a wrench. That's got to be a fake one. If that's the real Queenie, please stand up. I don't think that's your icon either. I don't know. Could be getting trolled. Let's see. I think I have Queenie on Zillow. If that's you, hit me up on... no, I have you on Facebook. Yeah, you need to let me know if that's the real you. If that's the real Queenie. Because, yeah, there's been a lot of fake stuff running around. And I can't click on the thing, go to the channel in here for some reason, because when I'm in studio, it doesn't allow you to do that. So, standing silly. All right, well, I'm going to throw you a wrench. I don't know what happened to it. All right, so I see something from Facebook here. It's me, laugh out loud. Okay. All right, so that's the real Queen. I don't know what happened to your wrench, but here we go. And again, that's an honorary wrench, not to be a moderator, because the channel doesn't have mods anymore. So I'm just throwing wrenches at people that are I see in here often, and that way eventually everybody's going to have a wrench, so it'll be even playing field, right? So we won't have this whole conflict. All right, so I'm getting messages everywhere. Hector, yeah. So when I put my face page link in the chat, everybody's starting to send me friends requests here, so fun times. All right, so let's see. Oh, I have some other fun news here. Let's have a little bit of fun here. Let's go here and let's log in. All right, so we're getting a call. Caller, you're on the air.
Hey, Fry, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Who's speaking?
This here is Bob Williams, handyman.
Hey, Bob, what's happening? Yeah, so I guess you called earlier, or is this a different person?
No, this is my first time caller.
Gotcha. Well, cool.
Yeah.
So, have you been watching the stream a lot, or did you find me through the Convoy, or how did you find the channel?
I originally found you through the Convoy. I was with People's Convoy from Atlanta all the way to Hagerstown. I was the guy with the Eagle fifth wheel and the white flag, and the one running around on the Segway all the time.
Okay. So,
yeah,
did you ever go live? Did you ever live stream?
No, sir. I'm still trying to build up enough followers to go live stream on YouTube.
You can go live with if you want to. You can download the Prism app, and you can go live with Prism. So you don't need you don't need 1,000 subs. You can just download Prism, and it takes sometimes a day or two before to authenticate. But download the Prism app, and then it will ask permission to manage your YouTube channel. Just give it all the permissions, and then it should let you go live within 24 to 48 hours.
Oh, okay, awesome. Thanks. I appreciate that information. Yeah.
And if you ever need any tech help, just shoot me an email, and I can give you a one-on-one. We don't have to be live, and
nice.
That way it doesn't bore people with all the tech info.
Right.
So have you been watching the stream all night? Because we've been going for, let's see, about an hour and 12 minutes. Did you watch it from the beginning? Did you watch the Lake Mead update?
No, sir, I didn't. I got a friend that sent me a message that says that what you was talking about, so I jumped on here because I've been watching, was it Sin City?
Yep.
Outdoors or whatever.
Yep.
I watched them for some updates and stuff.
Yep.
And I've been getting a lot of revelations about what's going on and stuff. And I've been keeping my eyes open and stuff. I've been running around with my white flag and sharing the information, trying to let everybody know and understand what that Law of War 12.4, 12.5 is. It's not surrendering. We never give up.
I'm really concerned about where we're going to be in this country in about another year. If we could.
Yeah, we don't have that long, bud. We don't have a year. Yeah, we don't. It's time for all of us to stand up peacefully and legally. And I've been holding Jitsi calls, conference calls with other people and stuff on the Jitsi app on Mondays at 12 noon in the Florida Convoy Eastern Time, and in the Idaho Convoy Room at 12 Pacific Time on Mondays, and then on Wednesdays at 12 Eastern Time, we on the Jitsi app in the room, The Call, and that's an international call. But everybody around the world, this law is for everybody around the world. It's an international law, and it supersedes all the other laws, and that's to call a ceasefire, to peacefully parlay and negotiate. And in that negotiation, we want to hold everybody accountable for their actions. So we're protected under this law. And, they need to put a stop to the biological, economical, and lawfare war they put us in, and that we're currently in. So we need to let go of the Second Amendment and grab hold of the First Amendment with both hands and do this.
Yeah. And they did do this with the whole the pandemic is where all this kind of really kicked off, and allowed them to negotiate the election the way they wanted it to, and then they're actually using it to control every aspect of life now, and that's their tool of choice at this point. And they've really, I still see people wearing masks by themselves in their vehicles, and that's how brainwashed and afraid people are. And I think more people are wearing them because of the monkeypox now. So, and when I see people wearing a face diaper on their rear end, then I know officially they're brainwashed.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's horrible. It's horrible. You know, so what I propose is that all of us around the world, we get our masks, we get a nice little stone about the size of a palm, you know, the size of your palm, a nice little pet rock, you know, just to remind you that God is your rock, your foundation, okay, and stuff. And anyway, so we do that in our white flags and over us for some nice shade and what have you, and we gather together and, you know, when we take that mask off of our face, you know, and, you know, stop being muzzled, and we use it like a sling, you know, like David did against Goliath and stuff. But we won't necessarily have to, you know, actually chuck it or anything because we have the white flag, so we're there peacefully, you know, and stuff. But that's all the arming that we need is to be united, you know.
Yeah, and that's one thing I always stress is all taxing is theft. If everybody would stop paying tax, that would fix a lot of problems, because then they could not steal that part of our labor and sweat equity. Because they tax us on our labor, they tax us when we purchase something, they tax us when we drive our vehicles, they tax you when you die, they tax you when you're born. They tax you on tax. You have to pay for your income tax to be processed and done. You pay a tax on that. You pay a tax whenever you leave your house. You pay a tax when you cut your grass, a gas tax. And now you're going to be paying a carbon tax. And pretty soon there's going to be a social credit score. And there's going to be all these other mechanisms. They're going to have an air tax pretty soon. And I guess that's what a mask is, because that's a breathing tax, because you have to buy the mask. I don't wear mask. No jabs, no mask for me, ever.
That's right. Nor a tax either. I won't even pay a tax either.
Yeah.
So.
I like I said earlier, I don't participate in flawed systems, only the ones that force me to at a barrel of a gun, because I really don't want a hole in myself at this point, an abrupt hole. But the reason why I pay property tax is if you don't, they come and take your property or they auction it off. So at a certain point, I think I might sell my property and just become a nomad, just because I want to live more free. But then when you live more free that way, you lose creature comforts. So,
well, they have the solution to all this after we the people stand up. Okay, if you take and look at it, what is it? Executive over 3818, I believe it is. Anyways, if you go to IdahoConvoy.com or whatisthewhiteflag.com, you'll get the links and the laws and stuff there that you can refer to. And but anyways, the executive order, and once we stand up and hold everybody accountable, the crimes against humanity, whoever is found guilty thereof through our grand juries that we have in place and our military tribunals that we have in place, already waiting with all the evidence. Anyways, they lose all their assets. So that goes back to the people.
What's the website again? Whatisthewhiteflag.org?
.com. Yeah, all one word, whatisthewhiteflag.com.
What's your chat name in the chat so I can give you a wrench so you can put links in there?
Bob Williams.
Bob Williams. Okay, so jump in the chat when you get a chance, and I'll hand you a wrench so you can post links.
Okay.
All
yeah,
right,
I appreciate that.
Appreciate
that. Yeah, I did get to moderate for the People's Convoy, the Barstow group, a week before we left out of Atlanta.
Yeah, and it won't be to moderate because the channel doesn't have moderators. It's just to promote links, and if you have a YouTube channel, you can promote your channel or anybody else's channel that's a freedom fighter or truth seeker.
Okay, awesome. Well, thanks. I appreciate that.
Yeah, so all the blue wrenches you see in the chat room are not moderators. They're either an honorary wrench or they have channels that they can promote. So like
okay.
Sunhoney, she's got a channel. She does live streams. The guy that starts with Pierre, the one I can't pronounce, he's a live streamer, and he's been in the Convoy. Who else? I'm just scrolling up. Ride Along Gang, you know, of course he live streams. So yeah, I did away with the moderator stuff just because it was just too much. People were intimidated with all the moderators sometimes on channels. So when you come on this channel, it's freedom of speech. Say what you want, and I'm the one that can moderate if it needs to be, you know. But usually I let everything go.
Yeah. No, I totally understand because I've seen some moderators take over and become tyrannical themselves. So I totally get it.
All right.
And stuff. Right. Yeah. No, I'm still learning. You know, I just been spreading the word the best I can.
You still there? Yellow.
Oh.
Oh, did I put somebody on hold?
Fry?
Yeah, you're on. Caller, you're on the air. I guess I pressed the wrong button.
Oh, yeah. Moderated just now. I'm blocked right now.
You're blocked? Who's speaking?
Tell you, I'm blocked right now.
What's your chat name?
JG.
JG? You shouldn't be blocked. I can check. Are you trolling me? Because there's nobody gets blocked on this in here anymore.
Nope.
All right, so let me go right now. We're doing this. We're gonna do it live. Doing this live. I'm going to community settings, and I'm going under hidden users, and all I see is porn links, a fake BrantForLiberty, not the real one. The real BrantForLiberty is obviously not blocked here, and there's an ET99 that's blocked because I don't know what the hell they said.
Placed in timeout by owner of the video or moderator.
All right, and what's your chat name again? I don't see it. There's no
JG.
JG. No. Jump in the chat, and everybody can say hi to you. You're not blocked in my chat. Nope, because I'm looking right here at the list. No, you're not blocked.
Now it works, but it wasn't for 10 minutes there.
Huh, really? Yeah, nobody gets blocked. Yeah, I see JG says blocked. Nope. And I'll respond back. Yeah, so everybody can see JG in the chat. Yeah, so, it's a technical error. Yeah, see, I just put your chat name in there. So no, it's all good. Is that why you called in? You thought you were blocked?
And Michelle Obama has a wrench, you know it.
Yeah, Michelle Obama has a wrench. Yeah, I think Michelle Obama has a wrench.
Chatting with y'all out there, so appreciate what you're doing there.
All right.
Keep aware.
I'm sorry I hung up on the other guy before. I thought I was putting Google Voice is kind of funny whenever somebody's calling in. It looks like I'm putting somebody on hold, and it hung up on the previous person. So, oh well.
You guys get into the 90s today down there?
It was not that hot today. It's 83 right now, and it's been cloudy and kind of little spotty showers around here. So it's perfect weather for me to go on a ride. But I've been stuck at home working with the radio station issues. So we've had some technical stuff that I'm solving. So hopefully the next couple of days I won't be a prisoner in the house, and I can go do a live stream and do some riding and ranting, because I need to get out and ride.
Squash them for me on Channel 19 next time you're on.
On Channel 19? On the CB? Is that what you're saying?
Squash. Squash. All right. Have a good one now.
All right, man.
Thanks, right.
Have a good one.
Okay.
All right, bye. All right, so I think I hung up on that other guy. So if somebody wants to call back, or I can call the other guy back. All right, so the calling line's open now. So the previous caller, I didn't mean to hang up on you there, but I think I said I was going to give you a wrench in the chat. I can't remember your chat name at this point. But I said jump in the chat and I'll give you a wrench to put links in. So this is the website. He says, why do soldiers have white flags? See, we're going to learn something here. Is there some kind of see full PDF? Here we go. All right, so we're downloading the PDF. We're going to open her up, and we got a call back. Caller, you're on the air?
Yes, sir. It's Bob Williams again.
Sorry about that.
Double checking. That's all right. Sometimes people get fed up with me and hang up on me, and I'm used to it. So
no, I clicked the wrong button. I clicked the wrong button. Yeah, if I got triggered, or you'd know. Trust me.
No problem.
Yeah, I don't fake a rant or when I get pissed off.
Well, you also mentioned that you was going to have a possible network shutdown too. So at first I thought it was the network shutdown kicking in and stuff. And anyway, so then I come back in the chat and I got caught up, and then I heard your message.
Yeah. So yeah, it's all good, man. Sorry about that. I'll get it figured out. I just clicked the wrong button.
Yeah, no problem.
I was trying to merge you with this other guy, and I don't understand why Google Voice doesn't allow you to merge calls. You would think that'd be something, a three-way call would be simple, but I guess we're just not there yet.
Right. Well, that and also, if anything's monitored as far as the conversations, they don't like to hear what I have to say about the white flag because it's their kryptonite.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to do some more research on it because I'm ignorant in this, definitely ignorant in the white flag.
Right, absolutely. That's all I ask is everybody to research. I go out on Coeur d'Alene, I buzz around on my Segway, carrying my flags, my white flag over my Union flag, and go through the parks and whatnot and hand out flyers or what have you, and, just nice and polite, and if they care to ask, I'm there to answer. I'm not there to shove nothing down their throat. I'm just here to gently lead you to the door and then, to the rabbit hole, and it's up to you to decide where you want to go from there and everything. So, yeah, research it, read it yourself. It's in the Army Manual, Law of War, and it's section 12.4, 12.5. And it's a flag of truce is what it's called. It's not a flag of surrender. It's a flag of truce.
Gotcha. Which is big difference than surrender.
It is. You're on the winning side of that flag. They've brainwashed everybody, making you think that you're weak and yellow and this and that and whatever, and that you're surrendering. No, you're not surrendering at all. You're just there peacefully wanting to end the war. And you're offering this white flag of truce to your oppressor, to your enemy, saying, here, we're here to peacefully parlay. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about what's going on. Okay? Let's go through the trials, the grand juries and the military tribunals and anything else that we got to do to find out what's going on and who's at fault, and then hold them accountable for what's going on. It's that simple. Not a shot needs to be fired to do it. It's a peaceful parlay. And if, the loser wants to sit there and say, okay, I'm the one surrendering and I'm coming under the white flag that you're offering me, so that way you don't harm me as I come out and give myself up to you. Okay? That would be the only surrender that there would be in this action. Okay? It's to call a truce and to peacefully parlay.
Well, like I said, I'm going to do some reading up on this for sure. And yeah, the levels got turned down. If you notice that we're louder than we or like we should be now, something turned down. See, it's turning down my level right now. So something is automatically adjusting my input level. And I'm going to do this on the fly here and see if there's an auto microphone adjustment here inside of Google Voice, because we don't want that. And I'm watching it turn down my input level as we speak. And yeah, let's see. Get voicemail. No, we don't want that. Payment, security, Yeah, stop turning down my input. It's sitting there. Okay, advanced. I don't have that checked. Wow. And see, that's why I quit using Magic Jack, because it would just automatically turn it down to 70%, but it would leave it there. And Google Voice is adjusting on the fly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it had it turned down to where, we were just starting to disappear. So I'm having to keep it up to 50%. This is a distraction.
Yeah, absolutely. They want to hide the truth.
Let's see.
Calls. And when I'm out there speaking it, things like this and or disconnects and what have you. So that's why I'm doing it personally. So I'm just trying to get the message out, let you research it, read it, pray upon it, and do your own thing. But that's the answer, because otherwise all this tyranny is going to get worse. We're in nothing right now.
Yeah, isn't it crazy how they're spending money and calling it an inflation bill? You can't. It's just like your health. You can't poison your way back to health, and you can't spend your way out of debt. And you can't create more. You can't steal from people, and then call that an inflation bill. It's just like the chips bill. If you looked at all the bloat that was in it, there was nothing hard. There was some stuff about chips in there, but it was a lot about war weapons and big pharma and all their boys are getting these things in their back pocket. It's basically just a big. They're just putting stuff in their pocket.
They've been stealing from us for generations.
Yeah.
For generations, they've been stealing from us and stuff. And, it's just, we've had enough. It's time to stand up and say, hey, quit. We want it back. And we'll get it back. That executive order plays. And, we'll get it back. But only after we all stand up together. Because if we don't stand up under this white flag of truce, all it is going to be more confusion. They're going to we got a lot of patriots out there. We got a lot of protesters out there. We don't know what they're wanting. They're upset, but, we can do what we want, We don't have to listen to them. But under that law of war, they do have to listen. And the military backs us up on this because we're peaceful. And it is the military. As they say, the military is the only way. And this is it. This is the military. That's the only way. This is a military law. And we, the people, are militarized under this law, under this white flag. And we all stand united, a big white cover over the earth, because it's a worldwide international law. And we say, enough's enough. We've had it. Be held accountable.
Yeah, I'm in here frustrated with the mic setting here, but I'm constantly having to ride the input level. And I know I'll see when we get off the phone if it stops turning it down. If it does stop, then it's definitely Google Voice turning down my input, which is maddening whenever it kind of throws off my train of thought and my rants and my mental workflow. All right, so our internet provider here says they're going to start doing maintenance at midnight. So if our stream just abruptly stops and I don't get to play the one of my favorite Poker Face songs, then I didn't stop the stream. They did it for me.
I understand. I'm just surprised we were able to stay on here this long with this information.
Yeah, and eventually awesome. I'll get a strike, and then I'll have to, I guess, move to Rumble and all that fun stuff. And then I do have plans to start my own podcast and video, kind of my own system. But look at where that got Alex. He's got all of his own platforms, and they still came after him. Not like I'm saying like I'm big like Alex, but at a certain point, do they start coming after small fries like me? And and that's the question I have, and I really don't want that to be answered at any time soon. But
every time they stick my nose in the corner, I just pull it out and go to another corner or whatever. I don't care. You know, they've banned me several times now on TikTok And I've never seen said anything belligerent or false or but they've, accused me of suicidal because I'm riding around on a Segway, with my white flag, talking to people. And I'm like, wow, really?
So
But
you can't have a white flag, is what they're saying. Wow.
Yeah, that's all I do is I go around and talk about the white flag and about peace and love and everything. And and they sit there and ban me, and then I just pray about it. And next thing you know, I'm back on. So I just keep going. I just, I won't give up. I just keep going. When this is all said and done, hey, if it can get cured without it, I'm all for it. I'm listening. I'm all ears.
So,
who's got the solution?
So you're a truck driver?
I was. I retired in 2015, totally disabled, and had to go into handyman and just to rehabilitate myself.
So could you make it in today's truck driver world as far as the all the nonsense and the...
No, that's another reason why I retired in 2015. All the stealing was going on. I caught brokers taking 80% of the freight bill.
So the brokers are the guys that are the go-betweens that get you the loads?
Yep.
Gotcha.
I've caught them stealing 80% of the freight bill. Yep, the middle guy.
Now, when you say you caught them stealing, there's broker companies and then there's private broker. Was it a company or was it a private broker?
That was in 2014, so my memory is really rough. So I don't remember. I believe it was, multiple brokers, but, it was one particular broker that did it. But, a load to Salt Lake. And anyways, they messed up and they sent me the shipper's freight bill instead of what they gave me, and I seen the difference.
Oh, they put their fluff on it.
Yeah. So I caught them. Well, wait a minute. You only gave me this much, but yet it paid this much. So I got 20% of this freight bill, and you got 80%.
Wow.
Yeah, and I confronted them about it, and they said, well, since you signed the NDA, you can't do anything about it, and this and that, and you agreed to the rate, and da-da-da-da-da. So, and just think, I was just only one trucker that they was doing it to. Think of all the other millions of truckers that are out there getting it done, and then you wonder why all your groceries and, products are so high and stuff and everything. Well, it was them brokers were taking, more than 20%. There was a few honest brokers that only took 25%, but the truckers, they had the hard costs,
Yeah, you made me
stuff.
think about something. So technically they're scam artists when they're doing that. So, all these bills they're passing, this CHIPS bill and this inflation nonsense, if they would just stop the scam calls, and that wouldn't cost that much money, just put some type of go to war with these guys, literally go into their facilities, yank them out of there, and do whatever we need to do to get them out of there and incinerate them in whatever way we need to. They're stealing millions of dollars a year from the elderly and the simple-minded people. And think about what burden that puts on our society and how much it takes the it destroys our economic base just on that level, the scam calls. Look at how it destroys people's lives. Nope, they don't want to focus on that. They want to throw money around in their own little monopoly game there, but they don't want to work with the people here on our level.
Right.
So just one simple thing like that, and you never hear anybody talking about that. So T-minus 4 minutes. Supposedly the internet provider here is going to shut down my internet in 4 minutes, but we'll see. I'll go ahead and start playing a Poker Face song in the background here, just so we can have a little bit of a outro if they do shut the stream down. Computer, play Stalker by Poker Face from Plex.
Playing by Poker Face from the album Made in America.
All right, so we'll have that in the background.
All right. So, so it's Bob Williams was the name. Bob Williams, handyman.
Jump in the chat before, right now if you can, and I'll hand you a wrench.
Okay.
All right, so we'll see if they're actually going to follow their own. They sent me an email says at midnight they're going to shut the internet down, so we got 3 minutes here. But if they don't shut it down at midnight, then we can carry on with our conversation. But if they do, love you all. We got about 2 minutes before they shut me down. I'm not shutting the stream down, but they could. All right, I see you in there.
Yeah, I got to refresh.
All right, so you got a wrench now. So Bob Williams, you should be tooled up so you can post your links to your white flag stuff.
Appreciate that.
All right, so the next time you type in the chat, there you go. So you need to just copy and paste the whole URL and it'll be linkable. So if you can copy and paste the whole URL, it'll be linkable like this. All right, just like that.
Oh, there you go.
All right.
Yeah, I'm learning.
Hey, Loud Reds. Loud Red saying good night. Night, Loud Red.
Good night, Albert. Thank you guys for hanging in there with us and stuff. I appreciate you letting me in on the call. Letting me be here. But yeah, everybody do your own research. Look it up for yourself. You know, don't believe me. I'm just, you know, feeding you the information out there and stuff, but it's all in print and stuff in the Army Manual, Law of War, Flag of Truce.
Yeah, your audio was a little bit low there. That's all right. I'm going to pull up the sound here. They keep pulling me down. You can't hold me down.
They don't want you to know the truth. Why do they want to keep the secret?
Well, it's all about control. And a lot of this is technical stuff on computer end, so it's not like... All right, so the internet just stopped. All right. Did it just stop? Nope. All right, we're good. We're good for now. So it's midnight. Are we still up?
Yeah, sure.
Hey, Mrs. VicBC. Yeah, we're just kind of waiting to see if they're going to shut the internet off here at midnight, and if not, we might continue on the stream. It might be Eastern time. Who knows? Or some other time zone. But I'm playing my outro song just in case they shut the internet off. Just in case. And then we'll get back to talking when the song's over. It's almost over. All right, that's one of my favorite Poker Face songs. So we're still here. They said it was going to shut down at midnight, but we're going to keep rocking and rolling.
Yeah, surprise, surprise.
Yep. So either way, we got our Poker Face song in there. All right. So in the chat, yeah, cool. So you got a wrench to post links, but not to moderate.
Thank you.
So there's no moderators on the channel. Just no confusion there.
Yeah, no, that's cool. No, that's totally cool with me. I don't have the time to mod.
Yeah, I don't either. I was working in the other studio today. I'm actually setting up my old studio back up. Worked on it for probably 7 hours today while I was watching the radio station stuff, troubleshooting, and I was lurking Ride Along Gang's chat. And I actually moderated in the chat room for the first time in a long time. But, you know, the porn links showed up. So I was the first one to catch it, believe it or not. So it's been a long time since I've been able to get a porn link in somebody's chat. Usually somebody grabs it quick. But
yeah, American Freedom Convoy was notorious for doing that for the people, to the People's Convoy.
Yep.
And stuff. Yeah, but I got too busy with the convoy and helping, with the logistics with X-Ray and the others and stuff to try to keep everybody at the safe pace, and distance and stuff, and just do the best I could to help everybody out.
Yep. So Queenie's putting Tommy Temper's link in the chat there, so everybody check out Tommy Temper. He's got he's been holding the reins there with the restreaming for sure, because I definitely don't have time to restream all the time anymore, and I'm doing more of my own content just to kind of get rid of a lot of the drama, because it seems like the restreamers get more drama sometimes. So, and I also want to take the channel, I want to show people more what I do and the stuff that I know, and I'm multi-dimensional. I'm not just a guy behind a camera. I am a shade tree mechanic, an audio engineer, electrical engineer, you name it, artist. I want to be a naturopathic doctor. I do help a lot of people with their health. I'm not a doctor. I'm wearing a black shirt, not a white. I never give medical information because I'm just a comedian. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, I do help people off the stream with any type of metabolic issues that they might be having, and there's new ones that are popping up every day. So there's always somebody out there that needs help, and usually if somebody has an issue, I've gone through that in my life before. So I can speak on it pretty good. Yeah, I'm actually going to be working with somebody that's got AFib in the next couple of days, and I've gone through that myself in the last 6 months, and it was all self-induced chemical imbalances from supplements and blood sugar issues, and pre-diabetic kind of stuff causes a lot of AFib. So there's just all kinds of things that can cause other things that you don't realize. All right. All right, somebody says Scooby. All right, so hold on. Stop the press. Is Scooby in the chat under a different chat name? Because I can't, people are changing their chat names, and I'm really bad about knowing the new chat names. So is Scooby in the chat? Would the real Scooby please stand up? Let's see. I don't see anybody that's claiming to be Scooby yet. There is a little bit of a delay. All right. I don't see a real Scooby. So I kind of want to play Boots on the Ground Prepper. Let's play him in the background a little bit. I want to get an update. So we're going to do a Southern Prepper 1. We're going to do a little bit of this here.
Hey YouTube, this is Southern Prepper 1 and welcome to Boots on the Ground. A lot to cover today. Let me get right into it. These people had a natural gas fireplace, so they had their service done. And they found out that the person who was doing the service said that there's a lot of people that are having major problems with their systems, and they basically just have to get new ones. But the problem is he can't get new ones for them, so that creates a problem. Also, another problem he said he had was he had a brand new unit. He installed it, and he went and checked the refrigerant, and there was absolutely no refrigerant in it. There was a leak in the system, probably when it was made, he said. So it was bad quality control. He also says he's seeing parts coming to him that were never passed the mustard and be approved to be sent out. But quality has deteriorated, and really I think they're just trying to get any part they can out to fix the situation. Also, she said, recommend get your air conditioning and heating system looked at right now if you think you have any problems. So that way they can get the parts ordered. Also, this person's in northern.
Yeah, see, that's another reason why I took the central air system. Gotta love the input. I took the central air system out of my house years ago and I put in window units. Just because what was happening is it would be 100 and something outside, and then something would fail in your AC. And I fixed a lot of it myself. If it was a relay, it was easier to replace. I could replace the motors, the capacitor, starter caps, and all the stuff. Thermostat went out. But when it comes to the coil, I don't have the ability to recharge the system. I don't have all the equipment. So I would have to call somebody. And then they would come and replace your coil and then have to recharge your system. and you know things are getting more and more expensive. So that's why I just took it out of my house, and I have these window units. And before you start frowning on window units, the technology has actually come a long way. Look up LG dual inverter window units, and those things are amazing. They're DC motors, DC compressor motors. So the blower motor is DC and the compressor motor is DC. So there's none of this startup surge. You know how a window unit will just shake your window when it starts up because it's got the AC motor in it? With the DC stuff, that doesn't happen.
Nice.
So
nice.
look up LG dual inverter. Maybe I'll put the link in the chat here in a little bit.
Okay.
All right, somebody is
little portable.
okay. Somebody's messaging me. Sunhoney says, please wrench Diaz Brio. Yes, sir. Yes. So who is Diaz Brio? Why does that person need a wrench? Let's see. Who is that person? Is that the old Scooby? Is that what I'm thinking? Yes, it's Scooby. All right. All right. I hope I'm not being trolled here. There you go. Scooby, you can put some links in the chat now, if that's the real Scooby. All right. So now you got a honorary wrench to put links in the chat. All right. We're going to continue with Southern Prepper here.
New Hampshire went down to Shaw's last week to get strawberries. They were moldy. Went again this week, and the package size went from a normal pint size to less than half, with the flat package that would normally get the blueberries in it.
Bring a bold yet
Gotta love the ads.
Basically, they had 6 strawberries in it, but the price was the same. Person from Alabama sent in 10 fertilizer. Went from $19 a 40-pound bag to $36 a bag at their hardware store. This is in North Carolina. This person said their county is facing evictions way up. My friend went to court, and the court was so full they had a continuance for everyone that was waiting outside. So she goes next Tuesday. She says, pray for us, please. Also heard from the congregational members that rent has increased $500 plus to some of the renters. She's also hearing more reports on the Nextdoor post regarding the same pricing of the rent is going up. This is Dynamic Foods in Lubbock, Texas. They're laying off 80 employees today. That have been on Friday, and they're holding a major auction of equipment that they just actually purchased new in 2021. It's going to be held August 9th. They're shutting down part of the 130,000 square foot plant